Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dave here at Go Gamers, and today we're going to be taking a look at this Xbox One X that is said to have video issues that's showing no signal or sometimes popping up a black screen. So let's go ahead, let's turn around, let's look at it, and let's see what type of fix that will be able to help you out today. So let's check it out. So we have the Xbox One X. Now, there's a couple ways in order to diagnose this issue. Now, people are going to have different issues. I see a lot of YouTube videos where people say, oh, guaranteed fix or quick fix or, whatever. There's so many different things that can happen with a console that's showing black screen. And also what I'm going to go ahead and do, just so you guys can take a look, because this is the first thing you want to observe. And I can see clear as day that this HDMI port is perfectly fine. I'm going to turn on the light. So we're taking a look at this HDMI HDMI out port to TV. As you can tell, all the pins and everything is perfectly fine. So we're stuck with a couple things. The most common one is a hard drive issue. The next one would be a HDMI IC issue, meaning that was actually considered a HDMI retimer. It's a Texas Instrument IC chip that actually encodes all your 4K graphics. They started that back on the Xbox One S model. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and diagnose this and see exactly what's going on. Now I'm going to show you guys how to be able to diagnose it yourself at home without even opening it up, so you can know exactly what's going on. So just in case, if you want to maybe try to repair yourself, don't destroy this console. I see a lot of people come in here and they try to do things themselves and they destroy these consoles. Or you could just go ahead and bring it into us. You could go ahead and go to our website, gogamers.com, or you could give us a call, organize your repair, and ship in your repair so we can get your game console fixed. So we're going to go back over to the upper cam. So we're going to do a couple things. And I'm going to show you guys on the upper cam before I even go to my main screen. There's a sync button right here. There's a sync button. Eject button right here. Sync button right here. And then there's your power button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down both of these buttons before I even press this power button. And obviously I got to make sure there's no disc in it, because if you press the eject button, it'll also power it. So if you have a disc in there, you got to make sure it's out. So I'm going to press both of these down, hold them, and I'm going to immediately press the power button. And I'm going to let go of the power button while still holding these down. If it makes beeps, if you hear like the beep, 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 and you don't see a screen, you don't see anything at all, that means it is unfortunately your HDMI IC. But if it goes into the safe mode, that means it is your hard drive. You actually have to go in here and replace your hard drive. So I'm going to give you guys a show so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I have the Xbox One X hooked up to the game capture. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're going to do this. I'm going to press and hold these buttons so you guys can get a good sight. I got both of them pressed. I pressed the power button, let go. I'm still holding it down. I'm not going to let go. And I'm going to see if I can hear the power up button again. I'm still getting no signal. I don't hear it. Still no signal. Nope, because it would have did it by now. It will usually do it within a couple seconds. So that means this actually has a hard drive issue. So like I said, if it was HDMI IC, you would hear another power up beep. And if you would have let go, if you wouldn't have saw anything on that next screen, that means it would have been a HDMI IC. Also, sometimes with these hard drive issues, it could go one or two different ways. It won't go into safe mode at all because the hard drive is completely toast, or the hard drive is corrupted. Well, not too corrupted where it can still be able to go into safe mode, so where you can actually be able to see that safe mode screen. The hard drive at least has that small bit of data connected with the NAND on the motherboard. So this is going to be a hard drive. Now This versus the actual PS4s is a lot more complex. We're going to have to do some script work on the PC. We're going to have to take a fresh hard drive. Before we put it in here, we're going to have to hook it up to an external hard drive reader. We're going to have to format it in a certain way, and we're going to have to put that back in here. So this repair is going to be a little bit complex for a lot of people. That's why most repair services don't offer it. But we do offer it if you need it repaired. So let's go ahead. Let's get this thing taken apart and let's see what's going on. So we're going to need a couple things to repair this. We're going to need an external hard drive reader, which I got an external 2.5 hard drive reader right here. And then we're going to need an actual hard drive. Now I already have a 1 terabyte hard drive that I already have formatted and ready to go. So I'm just going to do this 500 gigabyte just for reference so you guys can be able to see how it's done. Now, this part is going to get a little bit complicated. So once you get it down to this far, you take out the old hard drive. What we're going to do next is we're going to pop in a new hard drive. But before we do that, we have to hook it up to this computer. So we're going to put the hard drive in the carriage. Then we're going to plug in that hard drive to our computer. So now the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to actually want to download the Xbox OS so we can actually be able to get the update, get the OS on the hard drive itself. So what you want to do is go over here to trusty Google. You want to type in Xbox One offline update, and it should be this link right here which says Xbox One system updates. Now since we are working on an Xbox One X, we're going to have to download this update. So now once you get to this screen, what we're going to do is we're going to have to download the update. Now they changed this screen up to make it more confusing so people at home can't do it, because it used to be a lot easier than this. Then they added on all this extra crap. But look, there's only one thing that you realistically need to do, and all you really need is just the OSU1 file. As far as the OSU2, the OSU3, all the extra stuff, that's just to confuse you, just to throw you off. What you're going to need to do is actually download this file. So we're going to put this file on a couple different places as well. So I'll go ahead and grab my flash drive from over here. So we're going to need to not only install the update on our flash drive, make sure your flash drive is formatted to NTFS, but we're going to need to actually put this update file on our hard drive. So once you click on OSU1 and you download that, it's going to say system and a whole bunch of extra stuff that you really shouldn't worry too much about. All right, so once you have that Xbox offline update file downloaded, download the link in the description where you can actually be able to download the partitioner that can be able to help you code and script this Xbox hard drive. So this is where we're going to put it. Once you download that file, this is where you're going to put it inside of your hard drive. Let me get out of that. We're going to put it in our C drive. So we're going to put it under C. You're going to put it under Xbox. And this is where it's going to be. And this is the file. It's going to be Xbox One HDD master. And this is where everything will be. So have it in that exact space on the root of your C drive. And the other thing that you will have to download as well, which will more than likely be in a separate folder, it's this boot folder right here. You're going to also need to download this boot. So you're going to be downloading 2 files. But you don't want this file anywhere else besides like maybe in your documents, your downloads, or a separate folder besides that C drive folder that I was talking about, because this is actually going to be meant for your actual hard drive itself, so it can actually have a boot screen. The Xbox One X has a different boot screen than the Xbox One Phat and S, because the Xbox One X actually starts off with a video image, a processed image of the APU inside of the game console. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and type in CMD down in the search bar. Once you type in CMD, it's going to bring up the command prompt option. Don't click on it yet. What you're going to want to do is right click it, click on run as administrator, and then it's going to bring up the command prompt. So let's get the command prompt up over here, and I'll show you guys what we're going to do next. So now we're going to go ahead and load up that script. And I did type that letter C right there. So, but we're going to need that anyway. So this is how it should display first. We're going to type in cd ... to get out of system 32. We're going to type in cd ... again to get out of Windows. Now we're on the root of the hard drive. And this is where we're going to be able to access the script. So we're going to type in cd, which is going to be for command, open up the Xbox folder. So now we're opening up the Xbox folder inside of this command prompt. And cd, we could go ahead and click on space tab, and it's going to automatically bring up Xbox One Master because that's the only thing in there. So we're going to type in cd again, tab again, Windows, and then we're going to type in CRE, tab. It is going to bring up create underscore Xbox underscore drive .bat, and we're going to click on enter. Now we have the script loaded up on our command prompt. So we're going to click any key for continue. All right, so what it's doing right now is actually searching the computer for all available hard drives. It found 2, which is obviously number 1 is my main SSD that's on my laptop for Windows. So we're going to select option 1. So I'm going to type in 1. After that, what it's going to do is it's going to search everything that's on that hard drive and see what's going on. So we're going to wait for the next spot to pop up. It is going to pop up your device ID. So just don't worry about any of that type of stuff. Just let it do what it needs to do. And I already have this hard drive formatted and ready to actually be put in an Xbox. It's a regular standard 500 gigabyte, but I'm going to be putting in a 1 terabyte inside this one because I already have a 1 terabyte ready to go in here, and that one is already formatted. But it's the same thing, so it shows you all the partitions on it, but we're just going to redo this hard drive just so you guys can be able to do this at home. So we're going to click in, we're going to type Y for yes, so we can continue on with the disk being reformatted. So right here, just type in A, enter, so it can auto size it, automatically looks it up. Now what it's going to do is it's going to bring up a whole bunch of partitions. It's going to first off remove all the current partitions that's on the hard drive if you have any, or if it's unpartitioned, whatever. And then after it actually removes it, what it's going to do is it's actually going to make sure it can restart the hard drive and create new ones. So it just removed all those partitions on that hard drive because it just brought up a bunch of screens of those partitions being removed. So right now it's given all partitions drive letters. So every single partition could be able to be identified by Windows, and we can actually be able to go in and start messing around with the system update partition. So let's allow this to do this. And here in a few seconds, it's going to bring up a bunch of screens. It's going to obviously bring up all the current partitions that it just made. After it brings up all the partitions that it made, going to just wait. You don't want to do anything. You're just going to click on X and then exit out everything. Click on cancel, 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 and X. Don't click on format, nothing else, because everything has been done. So all partitions have been made and formatted. So what we're going to do is we're going to just type in exit. It's going to exit out of there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open back up File Explorer. Right here, you're going to have a couple things. You're going to have your regular drives. Then now you're going to have your partitions that was just placed on that hard drive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open up System Update X. We're not going to update System Update 2. Why? Because it won't work. You got to make sure you do System Update. I don't know why Microsoft chose to do that, but once you get in here in the root folder, you're going to create a new folder, type it in A, another folder, type it in as B. So now we have 2 folders in here, and now that offline system file update that we put in here, now we're going to take that and put it on both of these letters. So what's going to happen is when you open up that folder and you extract it, it's just going to bring up a folder that says money sign system update. It is going to have a bunch of things in here. So all this stuff is going to be very, very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all. I click in, right click it, click on copy. So we copied everything in that system update folder. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to A, and we're going to paste. We're going to go over here to B. We're going to paste. So the boot file will go in A and B as well. So since this is an Xbox One X, we're going to take the Xbox One boot and animation, which is what it means, but it says BOOT8NIM, but boot animation. So we're going to copy the boot animation. So, and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to simply just paste it. So we did that so far and there. We're going to go back to the root. We're going to do the same exact thing in B. Take that same file and we're going to paste it. And you're going to see boot animation pop up in both. So on the root file, what we're going to need to do is go back over to your system update file. Copy updater.xvd. Copy this. We're going to go back to the root. Now, this needs to be pasted on the root of there. So updater.xvd needs to be pasted on the root of this drive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for everything to complete its transfer, and we'll come back after it's done. All right, so the transfer has been fully completed. Now there's going to be a couple finishing touch-ups that we're going to get to do to this hard drive before we move on. First off, let's go to A. Let's go ahead and delete update text file and also this updater xvd file. So let's do that in A first. Click delete. Go back to system update. Go back to V. I'm going to also delete the update.txt. Also the updater.xuxv or whatever, but xvd, sorry. But once that's out of there, we're going to need to reformat and do your flash drive. So go back to the main this PC area over here, and what you're going to do is you want to take your flash drive, you're going to want to right click it and click on format. It's going to bring up a screen that says, hey, you know, this is how big your capacity is and what file system do you want. The file system that you want is NTFS. You do not want FAT32 and you do not want exFAT because Microsoft doesn't use that type of system format like how Sony does. So we're going to do NTFS. Once it's reformatted, you simply take that entire folder, the folder in its entirety, and you just drag and drop it over here. And to be honest, you don't even need to put the boot file in this one since it's already on a hard drive. And once you complete that, if everything was done correct, you're done. And now all we have to do now is just go straight over to our Xbox. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your hard drive, your old one, is fully taken out of here. You just take out these 4 points right here. You don't need to take off these big deals because that just actually dismantles the entire chassis. All you just need to do is just remove the hard drive, pop it up, take it out, and then pop in the new hard drive. So we have the new Seagate hard drive in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pop this in here ever so slightly. And that is done. So now we can get this thing partially back together so we can get the faceplate on, so we can go ahead and get it into the system update folder. And also make sure your flash drive is plugged into any USB slot with that update folder on there, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to update, and I'll show you guys how to do that here in a second. All right, so we have the Xbox One X put back together. We have the flash drive hooked up in the back. Now it's not fully put back together, it's partially back together just in case, you know, maybe we messed up some step or we didn't do something correctly. I don't know why I was putting that into the wrong spot, but let's get power cord and HDMI cord hooked in. So what we're going to do is we're going to press this sync button over. We're going to press this eject button over here. Press this sync button and then press this power button. So we're going to hold down both of these, the sync and eject, and we're going to press down on the power button and see what we get. So we heard the original power up button. We heard it again, meaning that the hard drive is good and it is registering. Continue to hold it down. Let go. The reason why you want to continue to hold it down is that so it can be able to get into the actual update file. So you won't have to manually do it yourself. Now you can always do it yourself by if you don't hold it down that full step, you could just simply scroll over to the side where it says system update file offline. You could do that yourself, but if you don't want to do it, you don't want to hook up a controller at this stage, you just hold it down. You're going to hit that first beep, you're going to hit that second beep, and then you're going to see that menu, and after you see that menu, you're going to continue to hold it down, and you'll hear yet a third beep that will take you into what we're doing now. So let me remove the screen, the upper cam, so you can see what's going on. So it's currently updating the console. Now I will warn you guys, Xbox, Microsoft, you sly dogs, you tricky dogs. What they like to do is, so they can think it won't work or something's messed up, most of the time it will get to like 90% and the update will fail randomly. And I don't know why Microsoft put that in their code. They more than likely put that in their code so people like me and the guys like you at home can't repair these consoles ourselves. So if it fails, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to that menu, because it'll say, hey, what do you want to do now? Just go back to that menu, click on offline system update, and then just redo the system again. And then that next time, it'll fully 100% it. So hopefully you guys don't experience that issue. But if you do, like I said, just go ahead and click on continue, and then click on offline system update, and then it should bring you back into the screen, and the next time it should 100% it, and then the console will be fully initialized and we'll be back at the main screen. So let's see what happens now. We have made it. So happened twice to us, but like I said, 9 times out of 10, you just gotta do it a couple times and get through. I just want to make sure all the basic functionalities work at a game console. It obviously detects internet. Everything seems to be good. That was how you can replace or upgrade your hard drive inside of an Xbox One X. Also remember, you could upgrade it up to a 2 terabyte. I'm pretty sure you could probably upgrade it past the 2 terabyte if you can script it the right way. So yeah, man, if this video helped you guys out at all, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. And if you want to see me repair something specific, go ahead and put that comment down below. I could do all game consoles, previous gens, and retro games. I've been doing video game repair for 13 years, so I touch almost every single game console, and I really want to see what you guys want to have me repair. So I'll wait for that request. And besides that, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.